Hello, everyone. This is us again, unfortunately. Anne is not shown, but she is. Are you here, Anne?
Yeah, but it's on and off. Is that a poor network connection?
I think it's just fine. We'll try and get her in so we can actually see her pretty face as well, your pretty face as well, Anne. But before that, I think we can go ahead now, actually. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you have any questions. Very excited to be here again. I've changed seats because this is the master chair of the room. So what we can start with is this, and this is what we'll be talking about today. Last time was about an hour. I'll try and make that shorter. No, you're here, Anne, actually. Welcome. We'll try to make this a bit shorter. We basically want to go through Domino a little bit. We mentioned it a little bit last time. We want to mention it more this time. We also want to and after that, we're doing a crash course of Chinese slang. Again, 3 expressions that we think you should definitely know. And then also we're going to go through some cultural differences and also tips in that case, because we think they're very necessary and we think we might know some things that you might not know and you should know. And then open forum and any questions, and you are welcome. And does that sound good? And everyone else, does that sound good? By the way, I can only see people on my... I'll make sure that it's on my YouTube. Here we go. No. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. So I'm Chromecasting my computer, so I can only see that. Chris, maybe you can read me if we have any important or any wonderful questions that we are missing here. Chris, does that sound good?
Yeah, will do. Are you reading Facebook, or what did you say?
I'll be reading Facebook. I'll read Facebook, and then you can do the rest. You can do...
I'll read YouTube.
Okay, I'll send a little heart out here now to everyone watching. There we go. One is not enough.
Can you guys see me or hear me?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. You are beautiful, Anne, and we can see you. Okay, let's go then. So, Domino goals and stats. So one of the things that I want to start with is now we are moving into, sorry, this is a bit cut. Now we are moving into social media a lot more, and that's why you'll see me and Anne more frequently, at least once a week. And so one of the things that we just achieved this week was 10,000 followers on Facebook. That is really important for us because it means that we can grow. And I think everyone understands, I hope you understand, that if we grow, then we're able to help you a lot more because we're able to improve the platform. We've already been able to build an app and a new platform based on just the little help that you've been giving us. So that is wonderful. Now we have a goal, and I just want to share this as well. Our goal here, this is actually going to be a bit personal now. And what we're going to do is we'll go to, sorry, this is a bit meta now. You can see me twice. Now, what we're going to show you now is, first of all, we have a function that is going to come out soon, which means that every student can watch their own stats. And around that, we're going to, like we mentioned last week, build a bit of gamification. So you're going to see... whenever you pass a lesson, you're going to get a badge for that, and so on and so on, which we're really excited about. The first step about that is that we are going to we'll build stats and build information about everything. Hey, here's Chris's mum, actually. Hey, son. I'll just keep talking now. They're hugging off camera now. Okay, so, and the first thing I want to show you then is actually this. And this is when it tends to get a bit personal, because maybe you're not used to getting into the intricacies and all and seeing everything so transparently about a company. But we want to be super open about this so that you understand where your money is going and where our time is going. So this is actually, you're about to see a lot now, if I just press stats. This you're about to see. So what you can see here is there's a lot already to take in, but this is all super exciting for us and a substance that we're working on a lot more. First of all, I'll come back to this menu in a second. If we just search for instance, we'll search for a student here. Here we can search for students, and this is a menu that you'll be seeing in a bit. So you'll have, here's his little picture. And then we can see when you're subscribed and so on and so on. But even more important here, we have the study, not used to this computer. It's not mine, actually. Here we have the videos complete. So he's watched this many videos. He's done that many lessons, that many levels. And then we can search for when you have done that. And and we can filter it to account, video, or mastery. Account being like subscription and cancelling and so on and so on. So this makes it much easier for us to track you, but also you to track you, and for us to be able to reward you a lot more. Now let's go back to this menu, because this is something that we want to share with you. We say that openly, we say that we have 60,000 students, actually even more. So at this point, that is based on what we have on Udemy. Udemy is a platform, if you don't know of it. If our students come directly from there, we are teaching there. And that is helping us a lot, because we're the most featured course, the most popular course on that platform. So we're able to take a lot of students and convince them to come to our website. And so we have 60,000 students on Udemy, but we're slowly now trying to build our own community. And this is where it's most important for us that the action is happening. So I just want to share with you here. By the way, don't worry, this HKD is Hong Kong dollars, so that is not the same as dollars. That means it's like renminbi almost. So what we're aiming at, or what we have now, is 869 subs, and that means subscriptions. So that is a number that I go into and I look at every day and I go, please, please grow, please, please grow. And now you can actually see the little trend here, which is a bit sad. We were up at 869 and then we're up at 872 and now we're down 3. And that just breaks my heart. But I know these are temporary trends, and if you look at the whole picture, it looks very good. So you can see that what you're doing, helping us just by studying on our platform, you're helping us grow as well. You can see, and now since we started doing marketing, we're getting here this day we jumped from actually 853 to 866. So, but the whole idea is that we want to help a lot of students build a big community where everyone helps each other, and hopefully the word will spread around the world, and we'll be happy. So here you can basically see, all the graphs are looking like this. Have you seen this one, Anne?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Sorry?
I don't think I have checked it out yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, it's very exciting.
I was like, I'll see what you're sharing, so.
Oh, I sent the function to you on like Slack and so on earlier. But that is a feature that we're really excited about. Let us know if you have any questions. And we thought that this would just be good to show you, to be transparent. You know exactly where your money is going here. And with the little money that we've been able to make, we've been able to create a lot. Okay, back to this then. So our goal then is to... Sorry, part 1 belongs to me more or less. And I'm sorry about that, Anne also, and everyone else expecting Anne to be talking a lot. But that's just because I'm in charge as of now. Part 2 she'll be in charge of. So 2019, the goal now is to get to 1,000 subscribers. If we can do that, we can happily pay everyone who's working for us a decent salary as well, and they can all actually benevolently, like they can all with their volition as well want to work for us. So that's wonderful. Now this is the last part of part 1, where we want to help us make a video. It's really important with social media now that we're able to grow. And so one of the things that we're doing now is, I just started this campaign yesterday, and so this is help us make a video. So guys, if you have something to say about Domino, you have just a sentence, or it can be talking for 5 minutes, ranting about how wonderful we are. This is super important for us, that you can just hit us with it and tap a little. You can just record it on your computer. It doesn't matter. It could be 100% amateur, where you just talk to a little webcam, and that's wonderful. It just makes it more realistic. Anything would be appreciated there. Just tap that little record button, talk for a few minutes, and you can send that to us. And with your consent, with your permission, we would like to, we'll connect all of them, we'll put them all together, and then we'll make a little highlight reel that will convince later on students, future students, to actually also join Domino Chinese. So that would be super important for us. And as we said, you can see here, it says thank you as well, because we're so thankful for that. Anything to add here, Anne? I've sort of rushed through part 1. But do you feel I missed anything?
I think you covered everything.
Yes. Cindy, are you checking if we have any questions as well? Where? You can check on YouTube. Chris is talking to his mom, so we lost him temporarily. Okay, let's move on to part 2 now. And you know what this is about. First of all, we just have a picture of someone holding this thing up. San.
Yeah.
And I tried to ask Anne. I know that this is used a lot, but why did it come about, and what does it mean? Can you tell us a bit more, Anne?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I did some research and then tried to figure out what's the original expression of our sen. I couldn't find anything about it. Turns out this is something. It's a GIF, and people started using this as a laughter. And I couldn't really explain why, but that's something we use a lot.
That's super funny. I think this is something that happens in China and nowhere else, where people just they just say something and then it goes viral, and for no particular reason. Like, for instance, I think it was Jackie Chan. I think was it who said what did he say? Yeah, say it.
Duang, right?
He said duang. Yeah, during an interview, he was trying to describe something, and he said. It was duang, and the whole Chinese internet just went, guys, that is going to be our expression now. That's what we're going to start using.
Felix, we have a question.
Go on.
The story behind it.
Repeat the question because I don't have a mic here.
Go on. Yeah, we have a question. Chris is shouting out.
Hey Felix, what happened
Hi,
to
Felix.
videos for join to Domino family videos? Yeah, join to Domino family videos.
I don't really understand the question. Yeah, join the Domino family videos. Oh! Sorry, we forced our students earlier on. We forced our students to do a lot.
Alan is asking, by the way.
Alan, hello,
We're
Alan.
not forcing them, okay?
We are forcing them. They just don't know it yet. So, Alan, thank you very much. Yes, I remember what you sent to us, and that was wonderful. Those videos are a part of our app, and we haven't officially launched our app yet. That video is done and ready, and it hasn't been launched just because the app is not launched yet. Alan and everyone else, thank you for that, and they are coming very, very soon. And you're in it, and it looks wonderful. Yeah. So, okay, our san just means ha 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 ha. And that is that's it.
But you don't see it. You don't say it. Usually when you type or you're giving comments on the internet, it's like a text thing. You wouldn't just go and instead of laughing, you just say our sen. That's not how we use it. Only in the text, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll point that out.
That's a wonderful little expression. Do you use it yourself, Anne?
Yes, I use a lot. Like if I see some like funny video, I would just type r sen like a lot. You can put as many sen as you want there. Like more sen there means like more funny you think the video is.
So you can you like give it can you like ignore it by just saying san and just making everyone think that you don't like it?
Like I would at least put 3 san. Or bit too I don't know. Just be generous, guys. Put a 3 sign there.
Be generous. You had your own theory why it was san as well. I think that was quite interesting.
My theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, my theory would be like when you laugh, you probably start with like ah ha 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 ha, right? So sounds like R a little bit, and the sound looks like the vibration when you laugh, like a vibration of the air. You know, the air vibrate because you laugh so hard. That's my theory.
I like that theory. Guys, if you have any other theories, comment and we'll see. Otherwise, that one is the official one that we're going with. Okay, by the way, we have this one. We're going to like exhibitions and so on, and we're using this one a lot then. There we go. The green screen isn't working with that. Sorry?
Oh, you mean are we moving to the next one?
Oh, sorry, you can't see, Anne. Sorry. Every time I show something, you're out of it. I just show them our little poster that I like to walk around with a lot. Okay, next expression. This is awkward. This is very awkward. If you allow me just a second, it's supposed to look like this. I'll just do it like this then. This is the expression, and now you get the translation as well, but it's because it got cut out like it was originally. Yeah, what is it, Anne? It's that call.
That call, yeah, like phone call.
Yeah, and it means.
It means to support someone, Like, for instance, Domino Chinese is an awesome course. I 打 call 为 Domino Chinese. Oh, 我为 Domino Chinese. Sorry, let me do it. 我为 Domino Chinese 打 call means I support Domino Chinese.
Yeah. So if you guys have made it, huh?
Quick question again here.
Getting interrupted a lot by Chris now with questions. That is okay. You can repeat it. Greg White is asking. Felix.
Why do you pronounce all the pinyin bun like English bun? I stumbled upon some variations.
Why?
Bun from native speakers.
Do you mean the word to help? I think he does. So he's asking why I pronounce the word bang, as in to help, as bang.
I think it's bun, like it's a bun.
It's a bang. It depends on where. Okay, so either if the question is ban, as in to do, like what are we doing? Ban. He's asking me why does it sound. Sorry, I can't remember which part you heard and which part.
He's saying here. Yes, he's saying yeah. Ban.
The ban, B-A-N. Yeah. So the only time where I use ban a lot is when I would say it's a ban. So you must be at a fairly high level then, Greg. I pronounce it like ban, and that might sound a little like bun if you want to twist it a little bit. And how would you?
Bun, right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah. That might sound like the bread you're having.
Yeah, it would be the exact same, right?
They're fairly similar. Yeah. Do we have bun, eating, and then ban? It's just like straight Anne, how would you pronounce it? It's a ban. Ban.
Yes.
Yeah. So
ban,
I hope.
Without D.
Yeah.
Ban.
Yeah. I hope that sounded better, Greg. If there might be slight variations in people how they speak, obviously, because big country.
Pronunciation is a bit different, and it's true. She actually has a small e. Ban. There's like a quick e.
Ban.
Yeah.
Okay. Cindy, what do you think? We have another Chinese person in the office. Ban.
Yeah. There is a small e if you say so.
Ban. Okay, ban. I've never said this word this many times in a row before. I'm getting confused.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Chris said.
Oh, you can hear what he said. He said there's a little. Oh, sorry. Chris said there's a little e, I something in between there that I don't pronounce it properly. If you think so, then go with what Anne said. It's never been pointed out to me before, and your ear must be very, very good, Greg. If it is, wonderful.
And the Chinese dialects are really different. So any way you say it is okay, I think.
I think you could hear what Chris said there as well. Any dialect is okay. So that was hopefully a very good way to answer your very, very good question. Even better question, Greg. Thanks for asking. Okay, so back to that call. So basically, this basically means to show your support to someone. If you guys know of the word 加油, it means to add oil either physically to your car, but also to cheer someone up. And the word 为 is something that you've learned in like 为什么, but the way here. But what Anne said, what did you say, Anne? You said support someone.
为 Domino Chinese call.
为 Domino Chinese call. So you have 为, and that means for someone, and you can say 为了 or 为什么, like 为什么 meaning what or why. Sorry, 为了 means for what.
For.
And so here you say for, and then you say Domino Chinese. So this is I for Domino Chinese do something. It's flipped in Chinese. So this is a fun expression that you should start using. However, you just need to make sure that you've come through with the grammar points before you're ready to use it, because you need to know that 为 is used before the verb. So 为 Domino Chinese, we support Anne, we don't support Felix. 我们为 Anne 打 call, 但是什么 Anne?
但是不为 Felix call.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm here. That's trying to take charge and get more people to like me, not just Anne. So that is a wonderful expression, guys. If you have any of your own thoughts or expressions, sorry, I mean sample sentences. Let us know. Try and use this word. Well, arsan is a bit too simple to start using, but try and type da call. And then use that with something else. And is this something you say and write?
Yes, you'll say it and write it too.
You say it and write it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. We are ready to move on, I think. 按你为我们 move on 会打 call 吗？
会。
会。
打 call， 打 call。
打 call， 打 call。
打 call. One more thing I want to mention. Probably already know that like call means 电话, right? So 打 call in like you can also say if you want to be lazy, you can use call. And if you say 打电话为你打电话, that means the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can instead of call, you can just use 电话.
So literally then, I call for you, and that means
I call for you.
I literally pick up the phone and I call for you, but it also just is the slang expression to say not just 打 call, but also 打电话. Same expression. That is wonderful, wonderful news. Moving on to expression 3 now. Sorry, it's supposed to be like that. There wasn't actually anything wrong with this. It's just me being terrible at presenting things. Okay, so we're going to start. And the only thing they can see now with expression 3 is so hard it sounds like a pig is screaming. I actually missed the first part of this English. It's supposed to say laugh so hard, that you sounds like a pig is screaming. What is this, Anne?
笑出猪叫 or 猪声.
Oh wait, hold on. Here we go.
猪叫. Can you change that?
Sorry?
笑出猪叫. 叫不是
Oh, should we 叫?
叫对.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So guys, this should be, I can actually fix this right now. No, I can't, because is there, no, there's no Chinese on this keyboard. Guys, this one should be 叫, but you know this 叫 already. 猪声.
猪叫.
No, it's fine, we don't need it. I'm confused in the middle. Sorry, Anne, it's confirmed here that it's 笑出猪声 or 猪叫都可以.
Oh, 好吧. Felix is the expert. I'm just here to help.
I also have a control room behind me who's helping me out with everything so that I don't pronounce things like bun. But yeah, so guys, you can either say, you can say 笑出猪声 or 笑出猪叫, but you know what both means. It's actually even easier for you to say 叫 because you've learnt that one much earlier. The 声 comes in like level 5 or so, unless you've learnt it on your own. So yeah, this is quite funny, quite cute. Have you used it on your own?
Yes, a lot. Like if my friend send me some like stupid funny video, I would say 哈哈哈笑出猪叫.
笑出猪叫.
The combination of 2 3 3 3 and 笑出猪叫.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, actually, I haven't realised it until now, but we've given you 2 expressions that both help you appreciate someone for their witty humour. So guys, yeah, so if you think me or Anne at some particular moment is very interesting, then you can just go ahead and give us some of what we just taught you. That is a wonderful little expression. It's fairly new as well, because a year ago when I was in China, I never heard it. My friends never used it.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Like every day there's new slangs come up. That's why you should stick to our Domino TV, so I can keep you teaching. We can we teach you the most cool stuff, you know.
Most cool stuff. 笑出猪叫, 笑出猪叫. That's like, yeah, go on.
It's relatively new.
It's relatively new. Yeah, I definitely think it's very new because when people ask me what's slang in China, then until just 6 months ago or so, I would still tell them duang. But then I asked some Chinese friends and they were like, Felix, we've moved on from that. We've moved on from that now.
Yeah, we moved on.
So China is like, I don't know why. We can talk about that at some other point, and I'd like to talk to people listening as well about it. But like, how come China developed so much more slang than any other country? Like, I'd say combined almost.
Oh,
it's
really?
Just cool. No, English definitely doesn't have this many expressions. It has GIFs and what do you call them? Like, not emoji. Yeah, GIFs, I guess. That's what we have in the West. But China has actually characters, like, combined characters, and it looks wonderful like this.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just more creative than other people. What can we do?
We'll teach another word next week, which is 自恋. 自恋什么意思, Anne?
自恋 means the word's so hard to say for me, like narchus,
Nice.
something.
People who are 自恋 never learn how to say 自恋. It's okay. You always call me narcissistic, so I can call you that back now, I think. Yeah, next time we'll teach you the word 自恋, which is narcissistic. Self-love, it literally means. So Chinese makes so much more sense than English. Having to learn the word narcissistic doesn't make sense. And then you can use that towards Anne. Yeah, that was actually the end of part 2. Anne, do you have any things that... Do you think we missed anything that could make people 笑出助声 or 233 or... I just forgot the second expression. Yeah, or anything else that would support... Yeah, 为我们打 call. Do you have anything else to add about any of these things? Or guys, do you have any questions? I'm popping up some now.
I think we covered the 3 slangs pretty well. If you guys have any questions or can come up with any sentence with all the slangs we taught you earlier, can give us comments or questions.
Brilliant, yeah. Brilliant.
Section.
David actually has a question now.
Yeah.
I need to get a hang of Chinese.
How many lessons would be the absolute maximum per day? Would Vanessa's case be the maximum?
Oh, okay. So he wants to get a hang, a very good grasp of Chinese very urgently because David is doing business in China, so he needs to learn as much as possible, as soon as possible. And is Vanessa's basically what she set up as a blueprint for learning? Is that what everyone should follow? What's the question? What's the minimum that they should learn? A week, a day or so?
No, kind of like how many lessons would be the absolute maximum that you can do per day? Would you recommend?
Okay, what would we recommend?
How much could you cram in your mind?
Well, first of all, you need to ask yourself, David, and everyone else, how fast, like when do you need to learn it by? And then when you have done that, you break it down to, say you need to learn it in 2 months. Okay, then you break down, because I would recommend reach level 9, and then you're good to go. And then you can polish and then level 10 to 20 would just be polishing and everything. And beyond that, level 20, and so the course that actually Anne is making at the moment, that would be academic Chinese. So that is not super necessary now. Just make sure you get to level 9 as soon as possible. So then break it down to, if it's 2 months, I wouldn't recommend doing it faster than 2 months. What Vanessa did as well was doing it with a teacher, which helps a lot more because then she basically learnt everything on the website. Then she came to the studio actually, and then we practiced it and consolidated it together. And only that was she able to retain what she had learned. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend doing more classes in that pace. I can't. Sorry, my maths is a bit off. But basically, there's 20 lessons per level, so 20 times 9 because there's 9 levels, and you get 180 lessons, and then you divide that by 2 months, so that is 60 days. That's 3 lessons a day. Oh, look at my maths. They're very impressed by myself. So, David, you should go ahead and do 3 lessons a day if you can do that. But make sure, if you realize that you aren't able to review, because that's half of the process, to review, then slow down the pace and set yourself a better aim, or like more realistic aim, where it's maybe 3 months instead. 3 months, I think, then you're at you're probably lower than, I think you'd be about 1 or 2 lessons a day. I think that's definitely a pace you can make it in. And then you can make sure that you rehearse as well. Also, one new function that we're throwing out now, a feature that we're throwing out is, right now I'm going through the whole course with a few teachers, and we're going to start launching Domino teachers. I don't want to make this too official now, because there's no date to it, but we'll start giving you some so you can actually practice. So if you have, like David has now, and many of you maybe also have other goals where you have to make it within a certain time, then we can definitely help you, because then in that case you definitely need a teacher for that. So that was a long answer, but I think it deserved a long answer. Chris, did we answer his question?
I believe so.
He believes so. I hope he believes so too, David. Good. Okay, so that was it then. Chris, be ready to interrupt me more if so comes necessary. Okay, now we're moving on to part 3, 文化差异。多米诺的怎么说 tips 呢？怎么说资讯呢？
多米诺温馨提示。
啊，可以啊，可以啊。 Domino 的微信提示，非常好。Domino tips about cultural differences. So I was asking Anne before this. I was asking what should we talk about because cultural difference is such a huge topic, and people, if people listening now have already been to China, you've seen it, but maybe you haven't seen it to the extent that me, a person living in China for 5 years, doing business in China for 5 years, or a Chinese person brought up and bred in China, maybe you haven't experienced as much as we have. So we just want to bring up a few different topics, maybe give you a few tips about it. First of all, and then we went about what should we do about Anne? What should we ask about? What should we talk about? And Anne, you came up with this. I think it was brilliant. They might ask you. What might they ask you? It's one at a time now.
Yeah, they may ask you your age, your salary, whether you're married or single, whether you are wealthy or not, how many cars or houses do you have? Those are very personal questions. I know in Western culture, especially if you meet someone for the very first time, you wouldn't ask those personal questions. But in China, I would say it's not. You don't get offended when Chinese people ask you those questions because in Chinese culture, they just ask straight, like directly, and they want to know more about you. Yeah, but don't be offended if you don't want to answer the question. You can just say politely say I don't want to answer the question, but don't be too upset.
They wouldn't mind. So just making sure Chinese people, if you're in a taxi, they ask you 你工资是多少? 你工资是多少? How much do you make? If you said,
do you make a month?
我不要跟你说这个事情，我不要跟你说这个. Can you say that? And they wouldn't mind. I don't want to talk to you about this.
Yeah, they wouldn't mind, especially if you're a foreigner. They probably will figure out it's a foreigner. They probably think you don't understand the Chinese. Or assume like you're a foreigner and you have your own culture. And if they ask something you don't want to answer, they will respect that. Yeah. Or you can say, or there's another way you can answer the question like, hey, how much money do you make every month? You go, I make less 100 million every month.
How do you say that? How do you say that in Chinese, Anne?
我每个月赚的比sorry 赚的不到1个亿
Yeah, 不到1个亿 So you say 我每个月 and that's probably something that you guys are all used to. I can't type this in Chinese, so I'm sorry. If anyone is good enough at writing or typing, they can do that in the comments. Mind you that we have on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, so we need 3 people to do this separately. Yeah, 我每个月 so every month, 我赚的 so赚 is to make money, literally. 我赚的不到 so not arrive at 1个亿 and 亿 is just a measure word, a number, a numerical word for how much, Anne?
100 million.
100 million. It's funny because Chinese people work with such big numbers that they just made up a number, a character, 亿, that represents 100 million. Our largest number is a billion. Their largest one is 100. Oh, wait.
100 million, actually.
Oh, no, I'm wrong here.
It's 1,000 million. So you guys actually have better measure word.
We do. We have a larger one. I just always thought E was the largest one, but it isn't actually. We have a billion. Yes. We beat you this time, man.
Well, you guys even have a trillion. It's even bigger.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And your English is very good. So we have age. Something that I've been asked a lot, definitely. Marital status, I think it might be fun to mention this. Talking about social media, I went to China a few months ago, and do you remember when we went to that park, Anne?
Oh, yeah.
相亲什么什么什么
So, 相亲角, it's a corner. 相亲means like blind date. 角 means a corner. So, it's a corner for blind dates, but it's not young people don't go there. It's their parents. The parents are there, and they have a little paper like this, A4 paper and write down the name, their children's name and their job, their salary, their age, and whether they have a car or house or not, what kind of person the kids is looking for, and they wrote every information in a little piece of paper, and they just show this paper to other parents in the corner, and they try to find like another date, a date for their own kids. So they all go their corner on Saturday or Sundays to exchange information, and trying to set up blind dates for their kids.
So me and Anne went there with the camera. We weren't very welcome. Sorry.
Yeah, we went there with the camera, and turns out a lot of parents are very interested in Felix. They try to, right, Felix, if I remember correctly.
Very true, very true. 非常对，非常对。
Are you considering to date a Chinese woman? If yes, like my daughter is here.
She looks like this, and she can play the piano.
Yeah, the piano, or she speaks English too. Blah.
So I think it's never been so blatantly obvious and direct, these questions towards me, especially the are you married, or actually all of them, like how old are you, what's your salary? These questions are like the most common ones, especially in this 相亲角, in this like public dating quarters. It's very cool. I think once we've released, that's one of the first videos that I want to publish on YouTube and Facebook, and when we release that, we can also give you the address. But guys, don't go all over it, as they will be very annoyed. Do it with respect to the other culture. But I think that's super interesting, and that's definitely where you can hear all of these questions being asked all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, guys, what are you often asked? Anne is cutting off this question as half of Anne and half of the question. But what are you often asked is a question we have for you guys. If you care to fill that out, you can just let us know. I think have we missed any questions? What are you asked when you're sitting in a taxi or when you're meeting Chinese people for the first time? Yeah, we'd like to know that. So let us know. I'm trying to keep my eye on the comments section as well. And Cindy, let us know if you write anything there. Yeah. Very good, very good. But that's it for the Might Ask one. I hope you found that a bit helpful. Also, don't mind. And we gave you a few little pointers at what you can say. For the how are you wealthy or not, what should you say, Anne?
You should say我每个月赚的不到1个亿。
我每个月赚的不到1个亿。对，非常好。
Yeah, that's your salary. If you're asking for how wealthy or not, you can say I'm less wealthy than Bill Gates. Just came up with some clever answers to avoid it too.
And go with that, because you'll be asked this question quite a lot. Are there any other questions? I think what Anne does a lot, you can see it in the Domino Chinese videos as well, where I say, how old are you? And Anne always says...
Oh, I say 18.
18. When she's 100, she'll still be 18.
Or like 21, because in Chinese culture, especially for women, like getting old is not a good thing. Like I'm not sure like have you guys ever heard the phrase 剩女 leftover ladies, for single women who are over 27 and now married, and so they would be called leftover ladies. So they care about their age a lot. And when you ask a woman, how old are you? And if they don't want to tell you the true age, they would just play cute and say, I'm 18. Like,
18 岁.
Yeah, 18.
So you can know...
like 18 or 21, that's good numbers.
So homework for you guys, whenever you watch a video next time, there's probably about 20 places throughout the course where Anne says, 我18岁. Let us know where she does that and tell her that you are not. Face the truth, Anne, you're not. You're admitting that's not true. That's wonderful. I won this argument, I feel. I won it against an 18-year-old.
Asians don't age. Like when I was in America, people still think I'm like 18. Like, to be honest, I'm 17 or something. When I told them my real age, they were like, what?
I think that's very true. Yeah, Chinese or Asians get away with it. You get away with it. Well done, you 18-year-old. 18岁的. We're moving on to the last part now. Let us know if I'm missing anything. Which is basically question time. If you guys have any questions, this is basically the extracurricular activity thing. If you guys have any questions, what's been going on and so on, let us know. Otherwise, I'd like to recap what we've done and call it a day. Cindy, do you want to have a look at this? Actually, sorry, this is my phone, and this one is about 30 seconds afterwards. So if something pops up, it'll pop up in 30 seconds instead. Yeah. Sweden is 30 seconds above, or Sweden and China now in this case, are 30 seconds in front of any other country or any other place watching this in the world. Cindy, are you seeing anything? No. Okay, that's good. And that's very nice. No questions. It's the way we like it. We're very capable of talking anyways. I'm actually going back all the way to the beginning now. Questions are allowed to be asked at any point.
Yeah, we have another question.
We have a question.
Is there a course similar
to yours, but in Japanese? Yeah, and you speak Japanese, so better than I do at least. So, yeah, what's the answer here? Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
That's the course. Hey, it was free, and we hope you enjoyed it. No, I and Chinese Ann only speak Chinese. Good question though. We are one of the things that I live for Domino, so I want the whole world to be populated by Domino courses eventually, and hopefully Ann shares that vision with me. We are starting now with Chinese, and then I've also created one for refugees coming to Sweden. So Domino Swedish that is. You can find that course on Udemy. We also have Domino English, but that one doesn't really concern anyone who already speaks English. It'll be launched, I mentioned this last week, it'll be launched in China, teaching Chinese people English. We've also, one of the next steps that we're doing, and this is hopefully a very good answer to your question, is that the simple answer is that we don't have it, but the second answer is that very soon now, when we are built up and grown enough, I want to also start branding Domino Education, which basically means we have a mother company. Underneath, we have all the other layers, the other sub-companies of languages, basically. So one being Chinese, one being English, Swedish. We've actually already been contacted by a guy, and I met up with him in Germany, and we are thinking about doing Domino Arabic. And that's super interesting. So that would be me going to Jordan, helping them create the course. And that is something that I definitely would like to do. And I hope that, even though it's not Japanese, I think it would be super cool to do. Eventually, we'll have someone who speaks Japanese. We'll come to your country. We'll go to Japan and we'll do a similar course. Because now we know how to do these courses. So we'll be fairly efficient about it.
Yeah. Hopefully we can cover every language.
Sorry, after the show, where do we...
Where can we get the new words?
After the show, where do we get the new words? Good question, very good question. So after the show, it'll be about, I don't know, a day or so, and you won't see this video again. Then, as opposed to last week we just threw it up. But now, at this point, we will go through all the segments, we'll divide them up, and either we'll have different videos for each, we'll separate them up, or we will simply give you different tags so you can go to each of them. And then in the description, we'll give you the different words underneath the video. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. At which level would it be possible to start reading books in Chinese?
At which level would it be possible to start reading books in Chinese?
I think it would be level... Depends on what kind of book you're referring
Definitely,
to.
Yeah. The first obvious answer is which book, yeah.
Yeah, which book?
Say go for a simple book, all the way to like a newspaper.
Oh, you mean HSK level or our level? I think
we can go, if we go, let's go HSK levels, because that can be easily adapted to Domino Chinese levels.
Yeah, so for HSK level requires you to know 600 words. So in that case, I think you can read like a very simple book, like children's book, and some really basic book. That would I say. And then the HSK level 4 requires you to know 1,200 words. In that level, I think you can read quite a lot of books. Like, but during reading, I would say you probably would account new words, but you would able to read some newspaper. But you can guess the meaning of the new words based on the context, because you can understand the whole sentence. Yeah, for HSK level 5 requires you to know 2,400 words. That's a lot of words. That means the character could be double, because one word usually is 2 characters. So in that case, you can read some really advanced books. Yeah, like what Felix is at, like HSK level 5. I think Felix has no problem reading anything right now, as long as it's not too academic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did HK level 6 also eventually.
HSK level 6 is the highest level.
Yeah, that's the highest level. And at that point, you can read newspapers. That's not a problem. And that's also the course that Anne is working on. So right now we can help you all the way to level 5. And that is completely fine. If you have that vocab, you can live in China, you can survive, you can do whatever you want. You can do business meetings, everything else. But if you go into reading a newspaper, that is actually the next level stuff. So, yeah, make sure that you get to go through the Anne's course as well, and then you'll be fine at that point. Also, note that even though, like, you're reading, like, I don't know, a very simple book about Cinderella, say, then there will still be nouns that they will write in the book that will probably be even higher than HK level 6, and that's really worth noticing, because you might think this is a simple book, but they're using words like, well, I can't even think of them in English because I'm Swedish, but yeah, difficult words basically, difficult nouns especially, things that we don't care to teach very much. Therefore, you might feel confused even though it's supposed to be a simple book. Just look those up and you'll be fine.
I would actually suggest you, if you want to start reading as a help for your learning Chinese, I would say you can Google some Chinese textbook, like for kindergarten or for like a primary school, like for grade 1, like when children are like 7 years old, the textbook they learn about Chinese when they're at school. I think that would be a good start for you guys if you want to read something, because for native Chinese people, they learn the characters from the textbook. That's how we learn characters and words at school. And if that works for native speakers, I think that would be works for you too. That means like those words and the characters in that textbook are most important for our basic education, and that would be very useful for you guys to know those words too. Yeah, and there's a short passages in the textbook, and you can read those passages. And there's always pinyin there, and it will be relatively easy for you guys to read.
Good answer, Anne. I think
you can. I
people
think
well, there was another question, Cindy. I'm trying to find it here.
What would be a good Chinese movie or show to watch?
Anne, a good movie or show to watch.
Good one.
You heard it.
I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? I don't actually watch TV shows a lot. Even less so Chinese ones. So Anne would have to be the master answerer of this one.
I would say, because I don't watch Chinese TV show either. I watch American TV shows.
So silly. So silly.
Let me think about it. I would suggest one called 爱情公寓. I personally don't like that show, but that show is about like 6 young people living like it's like a show like Friends. Yeah. They copy a lot of stuff from Friends too. So basically 6 young people, they are neighbors and they're friends. There's a lot of things that happening between them. It's like involves of like friendship and a romantic relationship. So and their career. So basically covers everything of your daily life, and their dialogue is relatively simple compared to like historical TV shows. So I would suggest you can start with that show. Yeah. 爱情公寓.
I think that was good. Yeah, we'll write it in the description. Actually, I can type it now. I'm typing on my own 爱情 like love, Anne. 公寓.
Yeah.
Love apartment.
apartment. Yeah.
I've typed it there, guys, so you can have a look now. It's on YouTube, nowhere else to be found. The comments just popped away now for a second. 1 second. Where are they? Cindy, did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I can see that. Now, don't worry. Sorry, guys. There's a lot. What would be a good Chinese TV show? At what age, Felix, at what age did you start learning English? When did you find you are proficient at it? I don't know. I've never lived in England, but I have lived in China, and I don't think there's enough Swedish people to go around there. So you end up spending time with what I chose to be English people, British people, and and if you want to be convincing as a language teacher, even claiming that you can teach people Chinese, you need to have a grasp of English first. So make sure you sound good when you speak. All of this is fake. All of this is just like a layer of fakeness. But yeah, I think that was a good way to answer your question, I hope. At which point did I consider myself proficient? I don't know. I remember going to China in 2011, was my first year. Then I felt like, oh no, I have to speak English. 2 years later, I still felt the same thing. At some point there, it just came to me. It's basically the point of going from like, oh, it's awkward to speak, to it's not. I always wanted to speak, but I wasn't able to speak at some point. Anne has improved a lot, by the way. Maybe you're not noticing that, but if you go through the beginning videos, you notice that we have low quality in a few videos. You'll see that. Try to notice the Anne's English level at that point, and then go to one where we have better recordings, which is a lot later, or just now, for instance, you'll definitely tell that there's a lot of difference with Anne's English as well. So that was a question about English, but yeah. How much did you know before coming to China? Oh yeah, so and Alan has the same question, but about Chinese. So how much did I learn before I came to China? How much Chinese did I learn? Sorry, Anne, you're not involved in this question. It seems like they like me a lot more than they like you.
Ask me questions. I don't want to lose this competition.
Alan, I'll just keep talking until someone asks Anne a question. How much Alan's asked me, how much did you know of Chinese before you came to China? Then how much did you study while in China? It went fairly fast for me because I used what was to become the Domino Chinese method. I actually had studied in Sweden for about 2 months in high school. I went directly from high school to China. But I quit the class because it was so difficult, and I just ended up sleeping and cheating on all the tests. So I gave up after about 2 months, started with French instead. I loved languages, so that was a natural path for me to go. And then I thought I want to go to China because I don't know anything about China. So I knew nothing. I just learnt ni hao on the train. I remember that from the previous lessons a few months earlier in Sweden. Then first 6 months I spent in Shenyang, if we know where that is, northeast part of China. Wonderful place. And then I locked myself in my apartment. I would only eat noodles with my closest Chinese friends who lived just around the corner. And I would go back then to my home, and I would just sit, and I think I would just study from I would just buy all the Chinese books and read from them, because they would there would be different exercises and so on. I'd do some of them. I don't remember one book in particular. I would just do all of them, and especially read the text from there. Also had flashcards that I wrote myself. So instead of actually spoiling you like we've done with Anki and Pleco and so on, I made my own flashcards. I made about 5,000 of them. One for each word, one for each character. And 6 months later, I was good. And then I moved to Guangzhou. And then I started working on TV a little bit. And then I started teaching Chinese 6 months later or so. So that is my adventure time. Living in an isolated environment, experiences. Yes, basically what Greg said. Living in an isolated environment, experiencing difficult things. Okay, no questions. Okay, what do you think, Anne? What do you think about Taiwan? And Hainan. Is there's slang for ha ha ha, like san 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 san, but is there slang for huh?
Well, is like when somebody says something like not interested, like you're not interesting, you're not interested at all.
It's a bit awkward as well, maybe.
The awkward word, you can just say It's like There's no response, but
Yeah, so this question has a little bit of to it. I don't think we can talk much about Taiwan. Taiwan is a wonderful place, isn't it?
Yeah. If you want to talk about the travel to Taiwan, I can give you a lot of tips.
Yeah.
I visited Taiwan like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I love there. I love the food, and I was driving a little like small motorbike on the sea coast along the coast, and it was so beautiful. Yeah, it was a beautiful place, and people there, they speak different than people from mainland China. They speak more softly. Felix knows that too, right? Very soft tone, and they're very polite, and the cities are very clean. Yeah, it's definitely worth to visit.
Yeah, I think what you sort of mentioned at the end was their dialect. They have sort of like a dialect. I haven't actually been. I really want to go. Their dialect, they have a bit of a dialect, but you can definitely learn. Just like I learned most of my Chinese in southern China in Guangzhou, where I thought I moved from the north, and everyone in the north were like, "You can't go to Guangzhou and learn Putonghua and learn Mandarin. You can't do that." In the same way, you can definitely go to Taiwan and learn Mandarin. You can also Hainan is no problem at all. Hainan also belonging to mainland China, so there's no problem at all to go there and just use Mandarin. Right, Anne? Did they?
Yes.
If we were to do a tour all around China, would we find issues with the different dialects by studying only one of them, or the main one?
Not really. I don't think you would have any problems. I think a lot of young Chinese people, they speak pretty good Mandarin, and there's no difficult for me because I travel a lot in China too. Like I never had any problem with like speak only Mandarin. Yeah.
When I go to really remote places, some villages, there's always someone who speaks Mandarin for me, and they'll help translate what the elderly are saying, because they'll just go up and go in their own little dialect, because they haven't gone through the education system because they were too old when China really had a really good one. So yeah, but at that point, again, like I said, you'll always have, if you go to a city somewhere else, someone will take you there. And if it's okay if you just know Chinese and you don't speak a word of English, that person who took you there will most likely just know Chinese, so they can help you translate. There'll always be a translator at the place you're at, either Chinese or English. So if you know any of these, Chinese or English, preferably Chinese, then you're very good.
Well, speaking of traveling in China, I'm not sure how many people are interested in come to China and ever have a big tour around the country. I was wondering if we start a tour like this, would anyone be interested to join us? We're gonna show you guys around. Show you guys around.
That would be, yeah. Maybe that's something we can work on. Let us know if you like that, guys, because yeah, we've seen a lot of China, and it would be nice to take you around. Let us know if you're interested in that, if you think that's a good idea or not. Also, another thing on that same note, let us know, guys, if you want, because there's a lot of people asking me if we can create a WeChat group for a specific place so they can meet up with each other. And I think that's a great idea. We can't really be responsible for that because there's so many places in China and people to monitor them. So, but we can let us know if you're interested in that, and then we can help you. You can get you in contact with the right groups, and then you can meet up with each other, because I think that we would love that, and hopefully you'd love that back. But yeah, what also Anne said was really good. Sorry?
I'm just brainstorm here. Maybe we can have an ambassador of each Chinese city. Like, for instance, I remember like Danny from the WeChat group. He's in Chengdu and he's quite active in the group. Maybe we can assign him as a Domino ambassador of Chengdu city, and if just for instance, if someone wants to be in charge of getting people together, and we can have one people responsible for one city, and that
would be wonderful. So let us know, guys, if you are in a city, if you want to be. Oh, sorry, Anne. Yeah. Sorry, that was you.
Go ahead. Sorry.
If you guys want to be the host of a city, we can make you a Domino host, and people just contact you and they come to you, and that would be wonderful. So, Greg, I think I don't want to exceed too much here. We might have to leave some questions for next time, so we have something to talk about next time. Greg asked why people eat words, like mispronounce them. Especially, how do you understand the question, Anne?
What was the question again?
Greg asked, why do Chinese people eat, in quotations, always eat words, like always mispronounce them, basically. I think he means like when do you speak really quickly, like, for instance, saying 多少钱, you say 多少钱.
Yeah, we kind of blended the words together, right?
That's what we're saying, yeah.
Why do we do that?
Why do we do that? Yeah.
I think it's when you. I think it happens in every language, right? For instance, in English, you sometimes do that too. Like I couldn't think of any example right now. It's just like you say, for instance, 多少钱, I say it like so many times, and if I blend the words together, people still can understand me and can save some energy. So like we just do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't think why, but for me, it's just save me some energy, and people can still understand me. Like I don't have to pronounce every single character so clearly. Yeah, as long as people can understand me, that's fine.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting as well. Good question as well. Chinese has very like you pronounce things with your extremities. Like basically you're in the tip of the tongue with every word. You have sh and ch. It takes a lot of effort to pronounce these words. So if you say 多 is a simple thing to pronounce. Like 少 takes a lot of effort to move your mouth. I know if you just do it once, it seems like something everyone should be able to do and not be lazy not to do. But if you say it 1,000 times and you mix it together with some words, just like Anne said, it becomes, instead of 多少, becomes 多少钱. Make sure your tones are on point and you're actually good to go, because then your tones will help you a lot as well.
Yeah. Also, another thing I noticed is like people from northern part of China, they do that more often than people in the south.
Yeah,
right. Like I lived in Beijing for 3 years. I noticed a lot of people when they speak, they blend a lot of things together, and then people in south, they do less.
I think that's one of the reasons. That's actually a pro for why you should go to southern China, and if you want to learn Chinese, because they speak a lot more languages in the south. They have their own dialects, so they speak more of a standard Chinese, Mandarin. Where just like I think you can understand this as well. So therefore it's more clear, and it makes a lot more sense to learn it in the south in that case. And then you can go to the north once you perfected it. You can go to the north and then you can pick up how they sound there. That's how I did, and that's how many people of you can do it as well, I think. I think we'll cut it with questions. There are some more. We'll save those for next week. I actually just want to do this for 30 minutes. It's been almost an hour already. So yeah, we'll cut it here. Yes, Anne, do you think we've missed anything?
No, I don't think so.
Well, clearly we don't, because I just interrupted and said we can't do anything more. Let's just recap.
If I bring something new, would you continue the live stream?
Anne can stay on, and then I'll just walk away. So I just want to recap here. Sorry?
That's good. You can go away so people can fall in love with me.
Go away. Next week we'll learn 走开, meaning go away, obviously. Okay, so this was this week. You can see it here. Let us know what you think about the setup, if you like what we talked about, and so on and so on. It's good that you have questions for us at the end as well. Make sure you ask us questions initially. Make sure you ask us questions before the live stream even starts, maybe a few days earlier, so we can wrap that into the session instead of asking, or we don't mind asking or answering at the end as well. 10,000 followers we reached. We're very excited about that, and I just want to make sure that we're not just bragging to you, but we're also telling you that, because that's good news for you. If we grow, we improve, and you grow mutually as well. And then people who were late weren't able to see this, but you can go back when this is live, or this is re-uploaded again then after the stream, which is goals. Our goal, and hopefully you can help us reach that. You can't see anything now, but it says 1,000 subscribe, which means subscribers. That's our goal. We just want to be really transparent about that. One thing that, and this is one of the things that I want to point out the most in this session here, this video, is that we need your voice. You can help us make a video. Spend like 100th of the time that you spent watching this video and just hold up your own phone or computer, say what you think about Domino Chinese, just a few sentences or 100 sentences. One sentence is also enough, or one word. And I'd be so delighted if you could do that. Yeah, you can read more about that. That has been pushed onto, published on Facebook and on our notification, or customized notification board, whatever you call it, on our website. Then we went through a few different expressions. And the first one was ha ha ha.
Or sen sen sen.
Sen. We have to cheer on someone.
打 call.
Yeah, or 打.
打电话.
Yeah, so you can just say it in Chinese instead. Then we have a scary little pig.
笑出猪叫.
笑出猪声 or 笑出猪叫都可以. Okay, and then we have some domino tips, just things that you might think about. We also mentioned that going to a park, which will be a video very soon. Also let us know what you've been asked as well. These things, hopefully we can prepare you with how to answer these questions if you're ever asked these things. Super interesting. Question time took up a lot of this session, but I think that's if that's how it is, then that's how it is, because you guys have questions and we love to answer them. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's for today. Thank you for you guys watching us for 1 hour. I know it's a little bit too much.
谢谢为我们打 call.
谢谢你们为我们打 call.
2333333.
Oh.
Bye guys.
Bye.